How to add value to an investment property. This is an exciting one. Adding value is literally what my entire business is based off of right now. There's short-term value and long-term value appreciation. You guys definitely need to listen into this one carefully, okay? Value is how you become rich. Add enough value, you can make a ton of money. Ready, set, go. We're in Houston right now, walking our new 56 unit crazy property here. It starts down there.
We got a lot of billion-dollar man.
There are tons of ways to add value to properties, and there's a ton of different asset classes that you can add value to. I have endless crazy stories about how I've added value, made a lot of money, how I thought I was adding value, and lost a lot of money in deals. So be prepared and don't be confused and overwhelmed. It's okay, it's not a big deal. This stuff is pretty basic. You buy something for a certain price, you add a certain amount into it, it's worth something new when you're done. That's it. Houses. When you buy a house, you could renovate a house, you could gut renovate a house, you can paint a house lightly, do a light touch up, sometimes it's called lipstick on a pig, or you could just raise rents and move on. Those are the four main ways to add value to a property that you're going to be buying and holding. Also, if you're buying and selling, but primarily if you're buying and holding and you want to get a new appraised value when you're done with it. Gut renovating a house, the most expensive way to go about it. You have to pull everything out, rip it apart, and you're going to be usually going down to the studs. It gets very expensive, especially with materials at the prices they're at right now, and labor climbing nonstop. So that's the most expensive route to go. Renovating a house, regular renovation, kitchen, bathroom, flooring, nothing crazy, you're not going down to the studs. Second most expensive route, not as intensive, you could get a lot of subs in there and it's not as bad, but you definitely want to have an idea of what you're doing so you don't get fooled. Lipstick on a pig, very easy, not a big deal, most people do this themselves. Painting, every landlord's best friend. I typically don't do this, I renovate houses to the T, a lot of gut renovations because I have an in-house team and that's how we add a lot of value, but most investors I know do this strategy. Paint, touch-ups, move on. You buy new appliances, you paint your kitchen cabinets, you paint the walls, maybe you put some vinyl plank flooring in a few sections of the house or new carpets, you're good to go, you can move on, and you'd be surprised at how much value this adds to a house. Fourth strategy, raising rents. Easiest way to go about it. If a tenant wants to stay and they're paying $800 a month in rent and the market rate rent is $1,100, you guys settle at $1,000 in rent, you just added $200 a month. You're happy because you got an extra $200 a month. Your tenant's happy because they're $100 below market. You don't have to renovate anything, most likely, and you're getting an extra $2,400 a year. Once you annualize things, it adds up really fast. The next asset class, which I'm going to bundle up, is commercial. There's industrial, retail, mixed-use buildings, etc., etc., etc. Same game plan. You're going in, you're renovating, you're adding value if the unit is vacant, or you're raising rents. It's not rocket science, but it goes the same way. Residential, commercial, same game plan, different type of financing, which you're going to have to understand if you get into residential or commercial. That's it. Adding value can make you a fortune. Here's one quick example before I wrap up this video. I bought a property, 9 units, mixed use property. Follow me now. 6 apartments, 2 warehouses, 1 store. Bought it for $1 million, cash, quick closing. $1 million, we closed in 2 weeks, really fast. Paid a broker $20,000 for bringing me the deal, renovated with around $200,000, give or take all in for $1.2 million. All in, renovated the apartments, a couple of units didn't need to be renovated, all we did was raise their rents, a couple were Section 8, they were never increased their rents and they were fully covered by Section 8. So we took their rents from $900 to $2,000. Even though market rate was $2,300, it wasn't worth the headache of renovating and evicting, etc. So we took that little haircut and brought it up to $2,000 instead of $2,300. All in all, the property's value went from $1.2 million that I was invested in to $2.6 million on the bank's appraisal. In 6 months, the bank refinanced us and gave me, after closing costs, $1.6 million. That means we made $400,000 on the refinance, which is tax-free, by the way, and I rolled that into different investments, and we got back our initial $1.2 million, and on top of all of that, the property is still cash flowing, leaving a net income after debt of $100,000 a year. $400,000 on the refinance, $100,000 a year in profit. Now that's how you add value and hit home runs. Thank you guys for tuning in. This was one of my favorite videos I made because it's all about adding value. This was my language. I love this stuff. I highly suggest that if you're getting into the business, you don't look for something strictly stabilized. If you have the time, energy, and knowledge to get something upgraded and add value to it, that's how you can make a lot of money in the business. Think, it's not rocket science. Share this with someone that can also do this. Make it happen. I want to see you guys succeed together. Peace.